Alright, alright guys. So today we're going to start working on language learning assessment and evaluation, which is the fourth unit for this course. First, let's think about this. What is a test? We talk about testing, we talk about assessment, we talk about different terms that are somehow connected. But today we're going to focus mostly on this one. What is a test? We can simply say that it's a method of measuring a person's ability of knowledge in a given domain, in a given context. Whenever we test, there are other things we also need to consider. It's not just about designing the test, creating items, having the answer key and just giving it to someone. There are a few things before actually developing, designing an exam, a test, we need to consider, right? And we also have to think about these questions. Are tests always good? Can they harm teaching and learning? Because we normally have exams as we think about them as positive. However, there could be situations in which they could actually harm the process of teaching and learning. Let's see how. The first thing, we actually have like four kind of different things we need to consider as well. Yeah, backwash or washback. You can see in that way as well. Inaccurate test, the need for test, and testing and assessing. What is backwash or washback? It's pretty much the effect that test has on students. We can have two type of backwash. It could be negative. Let me move this a little bit here. There we go. Negative, right? And beneficial washback. Which would be the negative? That kind of effect that's pretty much based on preparing students for one, for example, standardized evaluation. So the objective of having that test is not to measure progress, skill development, but it's pretty much to comply with that objective. To give an idea, the TOEFL test, right? Let's say if we take 1 year of preparation just for that test, that could be considered actually negative flashback because the effect you have is not to develop skills, but just to test very specific things like skills, test taking skills. The beneficial flashback is that one that actually provides proper testing related to communicative situations, right? You are just not testing for this specific situation as a standardized test, just to pass, to get a score, but you're actually testing for having or for checking development and progress of skills throughout a specific period of time. When we talk about give me 1 second. Oh, there we go. Inaccurate test, we talk about the true abilities are not reflected on the score. And I think it's all something that we normally talk about. That even though you get a score, it doesn't mean that that's how much you know, right? There could be many factors that influence that process. And it's pretty much the inaccuracy relies on two things. One, content and technique. Sometimes we're trying to evaluate, for example, writing with a multiple choice test, which we know is not that accurate, so that affects actually proficiency and checking of skills. And reliability. Maybe a test was was okay for a specific group of students last year, and we're trying to reproduce the same strategy, the same methodology, the same kind of test and format. But for these year students, the test just didn't work that well. All right, that's pretty much what we say. What we can say about reliability. The need for the test depends on the context, right? It could be academic purposes, like the ones we have, like for subjects or taking right scholarship, like TOEFL and stuff, or just to check how much of English you know to get a job, to apply for scholarships or for any other circumstance, right? So we need to be very specific about what is the need for the test, and that's something we can check in the program. So we normally don't try to check just for very specific purposes, like a standardized test, like to graduate and stuff, but we try to test for progress, okay, for skill development. So that's something we have to keep in mind. And when it comes to testing and assessment, we just need to clarify what the difference between these two is. So testing focuses on specific course, Like for this course, for this subject, we are taking several tests, right? Specific contents are being evaluated. But assessment focuses on the entire skill development